Hello, Matt Hessler coming at you again with another AdWords tutorial from PPC Path. Today we're going to look at Google AdWords geographic targeting. We find, like all of our tutorials here at PPC Path, we try to tailor these to small business needs. Now, geographic targeting can make a huge difference on your campaign as a small business. If you're a local or regional business, it's all about how to set yourself up for maximum impact with the audience that you serve. And then if you have a national business but a small marketing budget, how can you make sure that's getting spent in the right places to maximize every dollar that you're spending? With that, we're going to take a look at an AdWords campaign and go through some of the various Google AdWords settings. Alright, so here we have a Google AdWords account. This interface should be familiar to most of you. We're going to drill down from the account level to the campaign level. I suppose that's an important footnote that all geographic targeting is set at the campaign level. You cannot set specific targeting at an ad group or for your whole account. So we're going to click here, go into a campaign, and we want to go into settings where we can locate the geographic options. Once in settings, you've got a couple different ways to approach this. In the all settings sub-tab, midway down the page, you've got some basic location options, or you can use the location sub-tab. It's going to give you the most data to make decisions as well as every option for setup. So here you can see this campaign has been set up to look at the United States and Canada. Interestingly, this is the default for most North American AdWords campaigns. They do include both the US and Canada. Again, if you've got a small budget, you may want to immediately get rid of Canada just to increase your focus on the US. There's some other tips and tricks we can do as well. So if we want to add new locations, we just go to the plus locations here. We can see our current locations, United States and Canada, and their specific reach. I'm going to go ahead and remove Canada. And now I want to add some other specific geographies. Go to the advanced search. Here I can see a map of my current coverage area, and we've got several different ways that we can target. We can start with a general Google search box. We can put in a zip code, a city name, whatever the case may be. We can use radius targeting and location groups, as well as load in some bulk locations. Let's start by just doing a simple search. I'm here in Boulder, Colorado, so I'm going to put in 80302. This gives me a number of options. I can either choose to serve my ads just to the people in this zip code, numbering 299,000 people. This will show me on the map. Now if I want to remove this, that's just Boulder, that zip code. I want to remove that. I want to put this in again and look at some of the other options. I also have the option to add all of Boulder, the city, or Boulder County, increasing my total reach to about 573,000 people. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. So now I've got the United States as well as specifically Boulder County. Probably doesn't make sense to have both unless I sell nationally, but perhaps I have a much bigger presence here locally in Boulder. By having the two different geographies, what it enables me to do is increase the amount that I'm willing to bid in my home territory. This is going to help me get better position, hopefully drive better sales in a region where I'm more popular or better known. So we can also remove the US, focus on Boulder only. The other option here would be to try using the radius targeting. So let's say I don't like the way that Boulder County is defined. It covers more ground than I'd like. So instead, I'm going to do a radius, and I'm going to do my zip code, 80302, and I'm going to limit this to only 10 miles around my zip code. Go ahead and search that. So here we can see we've created a nice little radius within Boulder County that might serve us a little bit better. Now I would offer a word of caution that your radius targeting is not perfect. Frankly, no geo-targeting is. Google's looking at where these users are based on their IP address. Now where your IP address resolves could be several miles from where you're actually located. So a 10-mile radius or even something smaller than that may actually not be capturing the people you want. I typically set these radius at a minimum of 15 miles. Now the other option here is to look at some location groups. So you've got a couple different group types. Places of interest, that would be things like I want to show my ads around every major airport. Airports would be a place of interest. National parks would be a place of interest. They've got a list of different places that you can look at. You can look at locations by demographics. So I want to serve my ads to areas with the highest local income, household income per that location. So you could look at all of Boulder, but only serve the subset that has the highest income or most female-dominated households or youngest or oldest. You've also got some things that'll queue off your location extension. If you've already entered a location extension for your ad or bulk entered several locations, if you're a business that has lots of different outlets, you can then target radius around each of those individual locations. So these are the ideas behind the regular targeting, the radius targeting, and location groups. The one other thing to mention here is areas that you may want to exclude. So again, if we're looking at my map, here's Boulder proper, and Longmont is covered in my territory. So I want Boulder, but I don't actually deliver to Longmont. What I can do is go back to my search. I can type in Longmont. Here's Longmont, Colorado, and I can exclude Longmont. So now I've got this as an exclusion, so my territory can be Boulder County, but I've excluded Longmont, so those residents should not see my ads. So you really want to get clever with your targeting. Remember, every dollar counts, so you want to make sure it's being spent in the areas that are most likely to deliver conversions on your campaign. The last thing we'll cover here is if I'm doing full United States targeting, I may want to, again, use the exclusions to only cover certain people. So I'm going to go ahead and remove Longmont, remove Boulder. Now I've got the full US, but now within the US, I'm a nationwide business. I may know that I have better margins in Colorado because I'm a Colorado business, so it means less shipping. And I have really terrible sales in Michigan. So what I want to do here, I'm going to cover the whole US. I'm going to set up a sub-geography for Colorado. And then I'm going to set up a geography for Michigan as an exclusion. Actually, I don't want to exclude Michigan. I just don't like them as much. For some reason, my conversion rates are really low there. So I'm going to go ahead and add those, and then I'm going to save this. So now I've got these 3 locations. If I go ahead and save, I can see my 3 locations, and I can adjust my bid. So the US is going to be my baseline bid, $8.35. For Colorado, I'm going to increase that bid by 15% because I do great sales here and my shipping costs are lower. And Michigan, for whatever reason, converts really poorly, so I'm going to decrease my bids there by 40%. So I'm still going to show potentially for certain terms, but I'm going to pay less because it's an area of the country that it just doesn't convert very well for me. So this is a whole bunch of different ways that you can use geographic targeting to make your campaigns better. I hope this has been helpful. Stay tuned for more tutorials. Thanks, I'm Matt from PPC Path.